Last few lessons we've been doing these one-step equations. Now it's time to do the two-step equations. Take a look at this. 4x plus 3 equals 11. What's different about this question here compared to the ones that we've already done? Well, you'll notice that the x is being bugged by two things. The x is being multiplied by the 4, and it's being added by 3. So there are two terms bugging the variable, the letter. So here's the question. Which one, or what do we get rid of first? Do we get rid of the 4 first, or do we get rid of the 3 first? Of course, to get rid of the 4, you have to realize that the 4 is multiplying the x, so to get rid of the 4, you would have to divide by 4 to get rid of that. And if you wanted to get rid of the 3, you'd have to subtract 3. There isn't really a truly correct right answer of what to get rid of first, but there is an easier answer and a better way to do it. To make it easier for you, you should pick one of these to get rid of first. And the one you should get rid of first is this. You'll see why when I do the example, but to always remember which one to get rid of first, always get rid of the adding or subtracting thing first, then get rid of the multiplying or dividing thing next. Which is kind of the opposite of what you were taught before with BEDMAS. Before with BEDMAS, you're taught to do the brackets, exponents, multiplying, dividing before the adding, subtracting. Here, and it's just a suggestion, I'm just saying that you should do this. Instead of doing BEDMAS, we should do the opposite of BEDMAS. Well, what is the opposite of BEDMAS? Well, if you flip BEDMAS around, you get SAM-DEB. I ain't joking, this is real. SAM-DEB. Do the subtracting and adding steps first, either one, then do the multiplying / dividing stuff, and then exponents and all that. Okay, so out of these two, we've decided to get rid of the adding, subtracting thing first. So let's do that. Let's get rid of this 3. How do we get rid of it? Subtract 3 from this side, subtract 3 from that side. The 3's are now here, gone. What are we left with? Well, now we've got 4x over here. As this comes down here, line up your equal sign. 11 minus 3 is 8. And now that big ugly question becomes a nice cute little one-step problem. The 4 is multiplying the x. To get rid of it, divide by 4. Do the same to the other side, divide by 4. The 4's cancel out. You're left with x equals 8 divided by 4, 2. Done. These aren't hard, as long as you don't stress out and freak out, oh my god, there's so many things bugging the x here, I don't get it. No, just relax. It's the same old rules. It's just take my advice. When you have a question like this, get rid of the adding, subtracting thing first. Think SAM-DEB. Adding, subtracting first, then get rid of the multiplying, dividing one. If you do the multiplying, dividing, if we got rid of the 4 here first, you'd have to divide this by 4, that by 4, that by 4, 11 divided by 4. It doesn't even make a whole number. You get a decimal number. Trust me when I say this. It's better off if you get rid of the adding, subtracting thing first instead of the multiplying, dividing thing. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. No big deal. Who we can get rid of first? This y is being bugged by this 4 and this minus 3. Who should we get rid of first? The adding, subtracting thing. In this case, it's subtracting. How do you get rid of it? Add. Add 3. Same to the other side. These 3's go bye-bye. You're left with just 4y on this side. There's the equal sign. 5 plus 3 is 8. Is this the same question as one I did up there? Oh, it's just minus. Okay. Oh, okay. These two questions are very similar, but they're not the exact same. You get the same answer, though, because 4 times y, you divide by 4, because that'll get rid of the 4 there. Divide by 4, y equals 2. Done. You could still do a quick check if you wanted to do a check thing. The check thing always works. I'll do the table method way. 4y minus 3 equals 5. Again, this is optional, but sometimes I will ask you to do it. So we want to check to see, in this equation where 4 times some number minus 3 equals 5, is that number 2? Let's sub that number 2 in for y. In for y right there. So 4, sub in the 2, put it in brackets, minus 3. Does that equal 5? Well, what is 4 times 2? 8. Minus 3, which is 5. That matches that, and that is correct. On to the next one. N over 3 minus 1 equals 1. Two things bugging the n. It's being divided by 3 and subtracted by 1. Get rid of the adding subtracting thing first. SAM-DEB. Subtracting adding first. Get rid of this. Minus 1, make it a plus 1. Same to the other side. The 1's are gone. You're left with just n over 3. Line up the equal sign. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now it's one of those old easy one-step problems. N divided by 3, how do you get rid of the 3? We multiply this side by 3, that side by 3, 3's cancel out, n equals 2 times 3, which is 6. Got it. How about this one? Written in a different order, don't freak out, it's the same old thing, just relax. Where's the letter? Right there. What's bugging it? The divided by 4, the subtracting 3. All we're doing here, all we've been doing, is get the letter by itself. Same old, same old. Don't freak out just because it's the other way around. Let's get rid of this minus 3. How? Add 3. Add 3. The 3's go away. We're left with just a over 4 on this side. The equal sign. 2 plus 3 is 5. How do we get rid of this 4, which is dividing the a? Dividing. Opposite is multiplying. Do the same to the other side. The 4's cancel out. You're left with a. 5 times 4, 20. 20 equals a equals 20. Either way, it doesn't matter. That's your correct answer. Okay. What about this? Now we're stepping things up. Remember, this equal sign is like a brick wall. The 12 doesn't even know what's happening over here, and all these guys over here have no idea there's a 12 on the other side. It's like a brick wall. On this side of the brick wall, on the side of the equal sign, you've got 8y minus 2y plus 6. What's bugging you about this question? There's 2 y's. What did we do before when we had more than one of the same type of variable? What do you call these two things? Are they like terms or unlike terms? These are like terms. What do we do with like terms? We collect them. 8y minus 2y is 6y. Yes? Remember the circles and squares thing? Okay, you can't do that. 2y plus 6, they're different. They're different shapes. So you can't do anything there. So these two become 6y. So from here on in, on top of any steps that I've ever given you, always look to simplify first. Look to simplify each side first. So far, they've already been simplified. And then just do the algebra. Here you need to get rid of these, or simplify these y's. 8y minus 2y is 6y. Plus 6 equals 12. And now, it's just like the past 4 examples. Who do we get rid of first? The 6 that's multiplying or the 6 that's adding? To get rid of this y by itself. Get rid of this. Remember, reverse bed math, SAM-DEB, the adding, subtracting thing first. Minus 6, minus 6. The 6's go away. You're left with 6y equals 12 minus 6 is 6. 6 times y, opposite is dividing, divide by 6, divide by 6. The 6's are gone, y equals 1. Done. Fun. Okay, now look at this. Before you start going, oh my god, this is so hard. No, it's not. It's not hard at all. To simplify. On this side, what do we know about this? Do you remember seeing questions like this? Fishing, the distributive property. So on this side, we got all this stuff. Let's take care of it. This is the land, if you forget, that was the water. Remember, this is the fisherman. The 2 is catching the 3r. 2 times 3r. 2 times 3 is 6r. You get 6r. And the 2 is multiplying the negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And that's all the fisherman gets. The only things in the brackets are the things he can fish. You're left with just equals 10. Now just one of the other kind of questions. 6 times r minus 2. Get rid of the 2 by adding it. Same to the other side. 2's are gone. Bring down 6r equals 10 plus 2, 12. What do we do next? The r is being multiplied by 6, opposite is dividing. Divide by 6. Same to the other side. 6's are gone. R equals 12 over 6, which is 2. Okay, so I think most of you should be feeling pretty good about your two-step problems. Check this out. This one's a tricky one. 3t divided by 4 plus 4 equals 12. Here there are that, and that. 3 things bugging the letter. Who should we get rid of first? This 3, that 4, or that 4? Same old SAM-DEB. Get rid of the adding, subtracting thing, adding thing first. Get rid of the 4. Subtract 4. Same to the other side. 4's go bye-bye. You're left with this. 3t over 4. Bring down the equal sign. 12 minus 4, 8. Okay, now, at this point, who should we get rid of? The 3 or the 4? Now, don't take this SAM-DEB thing too literally. It's just a general suggestion of what to do first or second in these questions. When you're in this position, what I would do is get rid of the one that bugs you the most. In this case, the 4 bugs me the most. Let's get rid of that. If we get rid of that, we're dividing by 4, get rid of it by multiplying by 4 over here. Do the same to the other side. The 4's cancel out. You're left with 3t. And over here, it's 8 times 4, which is 32. 3 times t. Get rid of the 3 by dividing, because it's multiplying the t. Same to the other side. 3's are gone. T equals, yikes, we got a problem here, don't we? This isn't going to go nicely. 32 over 3. A couple things you could do. You could use your fraction skills and convert this to a fraction. 3 goes into 32 10 times with 2 left over 3. So you could say that's the answer, 10 and 2/3. Or you can just use your calculator. 32 divided by 3, 32 divided by 3, 32 divided by 3. And you get 10.6 repeating. 10.6 repeating. Either way, just to show you that not every single question always comes out to a nice round answer. Okay, so now back here, if you would have chosen to get rid of the 3 first, trust me, it would have looked uglier. just really quickly, 3t over 4 equals 8. If you got rid of the 3, you divide by 3, divide by 3, the 3's cancel out, t over 4 equals 8 divided by 3. Oh man, get rid of this 4 by multiplying by 4, multiplying by 4, the 4's cancel out, t equals 32 over 3. Same thing. I mean, I guess in terms of steps, it's not that much more difficult. So either way, you'll get the same answer, which 32 over 3 becomes 10 and 2/3, like I showed there. Okay, so there you go. Remember SAM-DEB. Get rid of this adding, subtracting thing first, then the multiplying, dividing thing. There's 4 questions for you to chew on. Talk to you later. Bye.